ॐ ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति
ॐ
ईश्वरो
गुरुरात्मेति
मूर्तिभेदविभागिने
मूर्तिभेदविभागिने
व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय
व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय
दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः।
दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः।
सदाशिवसमारम्भाम्
सदाशिवसमारम्भाम्
शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम्
शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम्
अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्ताम्
अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्ताम्
वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्।
वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्।
ॐ सहना भवतु
ॐ सहना भवतु
सहनौ भुनक्तु
सहनौ भुनक्तु
सह वीर्यङ्करवावहै
सह वीर्यङ्करवावहै
तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै
तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै।
ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः।
ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः।
ॐ पार्थाय प्रतिबोधितां भगवता नारायणेन स्वयं
ॐ पार्थाय प्रतिबोधितां भगवता नारायणेन स्वयं
व्यासेन ग्रथितां पुराणमुनिना मध्ये महाभारतम्
व्यासेन ग्रथितां पुराणमुनिना मध्ये महाभारतम्
अद्वैतामृतवर्षिणीं भगवतीम् अष्टादशाध्यायिनीम्
अद्वैतामृतवर्षिणीं भगवतीम् अष्टादशाध्यायिनीम्
अम्ब त्वामनुसन्दधामि भगवद्गीते भवद्वेषिणीम्
अम्ब त्वामनुसन्दधामि भगवद्गीते भवद्वेषिणीम्।
यं ब्रह्मा वरुणेन्द्ररुद्रमरुतस्तुन्वन्ति दिव्यैस्तवैः
यं ब्रह्मा वरुणेन्द्ररुद्रमरुतस्तुन्वन्ति दिव्यैस्तवैः
वेदैः साङ्गपदोक्रमोपनिषदैर्गायन्ति यं सामगाः
वेदैः साङ्गपदोक्रमोपनिषदैर्गायन्ति यं सामगाः
ध्यानावस्थिततद्गतेन मनसा पश्यन्ति यं योगिनः
ध्यानास्थितततेन मनसा पश्यन्त्य योगिनः
यस्यान्तन्न विदुःसुरासुरगणा देवाय तस्मै नमः
यस्यान्तन्न विदुःसुरासुरगणा देवाय तस्मै नमः
So actually we have completed 16th chapter and we have to enter in 17th chapter. But last time I have told before entering in 17th chapter we can keep some question answer session so you can ask whatever you would like to ask. Otherwise I can arise some question. So you can ask any question. Not only regarding 16th chapter, but anything.
Namaste, Mataji.
Hmm.
Yes, in the 16th chapter, it is described the both Devi Sampad and Asuri Sampad. Who in us, like because to understand and purify ourselves, like because we as a pure consciousness is already knowing what is we. Then how we distinguish in us the three part, like a waking consciousness or a awakened consciousness, how we able to understand this?
So, how many consciousness according to you?
One is what we are living, like, because that is when we are sleeping, we don't know where we are go. When we awake, and that is connected with our body and life, like, because we start.
Called, waking consciousness. Another
Another is
waking is which is connected to our body.
And one is like when we go into the meditations, when we started feeling that we are a part of Ishvara, like that is a connection. Still we have a separation, but we are leading to super consciousness, like, So how we distinguish where?
Oh, but you have told the name of this all consciousness. One is waking consciousness, another is super consciousness.
Silent.
Huh?
Super.
Not super. I mean, say a bit a higher consciousness, which is leading us to the spiritual life.
And another is last is supreme.
And light is the. It is. I mean, I don't have that experience, but what we are leading, it will merge with the Ishwar consciousness, which we call as a Brahma.
So this is you for higher consciousness. This is higher consciousness. This is supreme consciousness. No, you said
Supreme consciousness. Yeah. And one more question is: the soul is all the three consciousness, or our soul is only one? In which consciousness it is?
soul in English. In Sanskritam is called Atma. The definition of Atma, according to classical scriptures, is called Apnoti Sarvam. Is called Atma. Meaning of Apnoti, one who is all pervading, is called Apnoti. That's why the meaning of Atma is nothing but consciousness only. What is all? Sarvam. one who pervaded everything. It's called Atma. So in English, same Atma we have translated is a consciousness only. And what you are asking, suppose same Atma or you can say as a consciousness, soul, it is a very pure soul. But same consciousness, when we identify with BMS means body, mind, sense complex. So same we can called as a, in the classical I am just telling, Dehatma Buddhi, Dehatma. I am. The consciousness is, really speaking, is called I am. The meaning of I is called consciousness and am is called chitta, availability, asti. So I am is called consciousness is equal to Atma when I say I am body. This according to you may be called as a waking consciousness. So when we identify with ourselves as a man, as a woman, as a black, white, whatever, it is called waking consciousness, according to my understanding. Waking means when we are awake, when we identify with this gross body, it is called Dehatma, according to classical scripture. Same consciousness, if you say when sit is meditation or something. So when we just know in meditation, this is given to me. We can feel in our meditation, this body is given to me, but I am not body, mind, sense complex. Only it remains when we are in meditation. But when again we come out from the meditation, again the same waking consciousness will continue. So when we are sitting in meditation, so we can say this little bit goes high. Dehatma means totally our understanding. With our gross body, it is totally down. But when we sitting in meditation, we can see this is not me. So according to, I think this is for Aurobindo philosophy, you may call it a higher consciousness. This is called higher consciousness. So and really speaking, our real nature is nothing but Satchit. It's called Atma. It's called supreme consciousness. So really speaking, our nature is only consciousness. You may give the name Supreme Consciousness, but consciousness only. We are only consciousness. Chaitanya Tattva is called consciousness. When it is pure, it is name given as a Supreme. But same consciousness, when we identify with the body, so in classical, traditional scriptures, they say Dehatma Buddhi. So this is given as a waking consciousness, because in waking we are identified with our body, mind, sense. In same consciousness with even Dehatma Buddhi, when we sit this body in meditation, we know this is not me. So we are in progress, but still we are attached with. That's why they have given, his name is given, higher consciousness. But really speaking, consciousness only, there are no three consciousness. According to our understanding, they have given. Now we have to go from this to this. That's why even Pujya Swamiji used to say, this is a reflected consciousness is given. What is the name of Jiva? So they say Jiva is, somebody says ROC, RC, reflected consciousness. Then OC, original consciousness, they say no. When we see ourselves in mirror is a reflected, but we never say this is me. So consciousness is only one only. They have given reflected consciousness or original consciousness. Same way, consciousness is one only. which is all pervading, which is apnoti sarvam. This is called Atma or consciousness. Same consciousness identified, then they say now in waking state I am identified with this body. That's why they might have given the name waking consciousness. Same consciousness, when we know, when we sit even for reflection, we sit in meditation, when we are understanding Shastra, at that time we able to understand this is given to me, this is not me. This understanding is nothing but consciousness, knowledge only. They can call as a higher, and supreme is Satchidanand. So
Achha.
only
We
supreme.
realize the truth.
So these names are given, consciousness is only one. Even in waking consciousness, the same consciousness is working. There is no three consciousness. In even something when we up with the higher, we understanding becomes little bit higher, then they have given the higher. But no, there is a three level of consciousness. Only at understanding level, they have given department, classified the consciousness. This is one Swamiji in our Chennai. They used to give this name ROC. If anybody knows Paramarthananji in our Chennai, he used to say OC RC. So our real nature is original consciousness. But when it reflected on subtle body, this is called RC. But while teaching, Puja Swamiji says you don't use this terminology OC, no RC, only C.
Chitta.
This consciousness we can see in different angle, but really speaking, this is only see consciousness only.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Anything?
So, Swaminiji, that reflected consciousness, can you also say that is like abhasa, like chit abhasa, chidabhasa?
Chidabhasa. Yeah, same Chidabhasa because Chit Abhasa, as though it is a consciousness, Abhasa only, not real. That's why it's called Chidabhasa. It is only Abhasa, not real. That's why they say is a, because some people would like to give this name, no? That's why Swamiji is given. But Puja Swamiji, please don't give this answer. Yeah? Shriben, you are telling something?
Yeah, ma. Actually, yesterday I was thinking that when we do puja or like karmic puja, what feelings we must have towards that consciousness or the God we, whatever we say, whatever we are worshipping, how we should do that puja or prayer.
More we appreciate, understand Ishvara, then our love towards Ishvara will be more and more, gradually increase. That love in English they call as a devotion. So the puja, if we do Kaikam puja, same understanding with love. I am doing because I understand, because of the blessings of Ishvara, I can able to do this puja. Same way japa, if you do japa, same thing, and same way at mansi, meditation. So connection through this puja is only one connection, devotion. If no devotion, so we can say understanding of Ishvara. Because more we try to understand Ishvara, without even effort, we starts developing love towards Ishvara. That's why Pujya Swamiji has introduced the orders of Ishvara. Ishvara is available in different orders. If we say it's all pervading, so but still, how we can conceive that idea? Ishvara is all pervading. That's why Swamiji has given these orders. Because whenever there is some law or order, there is a consciousness. Without consciousness, we can't say it is everything is in order. So when we say everything is order, Ishvara is there. If our Earth is moving in on orbit, it never come out from the orbit. So there is something, there is an order. In that order, Ishvara is there. We never think we are just living not inside the earth. I used to say we are just living on the,
Yes.
outer part of the earth. But still, we never fall down inside the space. Bhagwan is just in the form of this gravitational force. We are just with Prithvi only. That is Ishwar. So, whenever we say, sometimes people say, I'm alone, we are never alone. In the form of a gravitational force, Ishvara is inside. There are many physiological systems. We never develop. We don't know how it goes on in our body. Everything is Ishvara. Because of His presence, this inner, our physiological system. And when some problem is there, then we approach doctor. Otherwise, we don't know how this system is going. So Ishvara is there. In Brahmayan Sarva Bhutani. Ishvara Sarva Bhutana Mrutdeshe Ardhan Tishtati. He is sitting inside our heart, taking care of our body. He is sitting all over the space, taking care of all nature. More and more understanding, we are more connected with Ishvara. Through japa, even thoughts, through puja, kaikam puja, anything. This understanding make more puja meaningful.
Karya Karyo Vyavasthito.
Yeah.
Last Natva.
So it's not a different identity or a giant avatar we are doing, but it's ourselves only. We are the part of that Ishvara.
We are even not part. Vedanta says you are Ishvara. We are not part of the Ishvara. We are Ishvara. But because of our ignorance, it is look like we are a totally different Prabhupada. That's why Tattvamasi, in Chandogya Upanishad, Tattvamasi is for Tat. That Ishvara, Tvam, you are. We are not part. But because of ignorance, too much identification with this body, we think I am this, Ishvara is different. Hmm? Hmm?
Thank you.
Any question? Today I was something listening. He says there are, what is the difference between ignorance and there is a one technical terminology, viparyaya. Agnanam we know is the ignorance only. But viparyaya means rajvam sarpabuddhi.
Pranti.
Look, in this rope is a snake. It's called viparyaya.
That's mistaken understanding, is it?
Yeah, mistaken.
Illusion, no?
Yeah, illusion we can say is a superimposition on something else. This is called viparyaya. Viparita. V means viparita. Paryaya is understanding. So totally different, opposite understanding. Not viparit means total opposite understanding. It's called viparyaya. And aglanam means total ignorance. So I was just reading one. Even a person who is awakened, one is a gnani, brahmavid. Ignorance may go. Definitely their ignorance will go. But sometime, because while doing their, vyavahara, so they can mistaken something others with others. Not like Rajvam Sarpa Buddhi, but while their transaction, they can take a mistake. They don't know everything age. So So at Brahmavit level, ignorance can go totally, but this Vipariya may sometime continue because they have to always transact with local people. Local people presentation may be different, and they taken as a is a satyam. So they may mistake here, but they totally agnanam totally that will.
So Swaminiji, like for example, one example is like maybe it's not directly corresponding to this one.
Mm.
Like we when we see the sun, the sun appears relatively small to
Mm.
us.
Yeah. Mm.
We don't know the real size of the sun, even if the physicist will tell you it is, million times bigger than the earth.
Yeah.
You still cannot, it is only intellectual information.
Yeah. Mm.
We don't know what million times, we have never seen anything like that.
Yeah.
So when you look at the sun every time, you think it is small. It's a, uh,
This is.
but we have the knowledge that it is big.
Mm.
It's small because it's so far away.
Yeah. Mm.
But still, you only think that it is small only all the time. It just,
Yeah.
I don't know, for transactional purposes, maybe that's how
Yeah.
we act.
Even second thing for sun also, we think sun is moving.
Yes, yes,
It's totally different. Sun is always
yes,
stationary. We are moving.
yes,
This is also Viparya. This is all called Viparya. Example. Of.
yes. We know all
Nice.
the
Focus
tithi,
for
this and
us.
that, everything
Yeah.
based on.
Earth is moving. Sun is stationary, relatively,
Mm,
but it's
mm,
stationary. So this is called. So Viparya may remain, but Agnanam will go. The means Gnanam
mm,
means here everything is Ishvara. I am not separate from Ishvara. This is called Gnanam. That will go. But in Gnani also, sometime one who is liberated person, this Viparya may continue. No problem. Even one more terminology, I don't know, but I have seen. He says there are, he says Atma. So somebody says
mm,
there are four type of Atma. One is called Dehatma. Another they say is a Gonatma. One is called Antaratma. And one is called Paramatma. What is the difference?
mm.
Antaratmas, but what are the difference?
So the Dehatma is the body, right?
Yeah.
The
Consider
sense of
oneself.
body.
Yeah. Consider oneself as
Mm.
the body is called
And
Deha.
Gaunatma would be association with the ego or the mind. Is that?
Is this consider our son or daughter is a me.
Oh,
Reflected, I say, they say for father
okay,
and mother, the children are nothing but image of myself. Like Ishwara,
okay.
they see their image in their are called Gaunatma. That's why we are strongly bondage with our our
Yeah.
children. This is called Gaunatma. This is only me only. This is my. Always this is
Mm,
called Gaunatma. Antaratma we know.
mm,
Antattishtati yamayati. One who's sitting inside the considering one who's sitting inside the body and control, regulate, not control but regulate. This is called
mm,
Antaratma. And same Ishvara. It is not Antaratma, it is all pervading consciousness.
mm,
It's called Paramatma. And they say If this feeling will go, this is me only. This considering Gaunatma, this is me, it's called samsara. When it will go, then it is very possible to have a liberation.
Mm.
And that's why generally people are very attached with this, next generation. This is called the strong bondage. Even Gauna, but this is me only.
Yeah.
Totally attachment. Gaunatma. Very beautiful that I know.
That is the Bhajagovindam, right, Swamiji? Kate Kanta Kaste Putra Samsaroyam Ativa Vichitraha.
Yeah. Then next line. Kate Kanta.
Next, Tatiha Brata. Tatvam. Sorry, I forgot this now.
But yeah, but still totally attachment. No, we can't even stand. Even we won't think what will happen if this will go. This is called our strong bondage.
So
Very
that means the
Mm,
ego, our sense of ego or identity
mm.
is not just limited to this body, but it extends beyond that.
Yeah. So this ego is one with body, within body, and this ego is more extended with our blood relative, and particularly son and daughter.
Me and mine. Yeah, Vedant mein you teach us
Mm.
me and
Mine.
mane, mind.
Aham esham mama ete. This is
Mm, mm,
so this Gaunatma. So by birth all are ignorant. And more we are just engrossed in samsara because of this feeling. But he says, but gradually you start to understand there is something sitting inside. And we try to find out who is sitting inside. Then it will come. Okay, this is all pervading consciousness. So it slowly is graduation. And still one more thing. What is the difference? People
Oh,
are
Swamiji, one question that Antaratma, is that same as Pratyagatma?
yeah, same. So in Sanskritam, pratyak means inner.
Mm,
Actually, it's a pratyak, but because of santi with a, it becomes ga.
Ga.
So pratyak is inner only, inner, and antar is also inner. Antaha, it is actually antar,
Mm.
side. So both meaning is inside only. Meaning is same. And one more thing, people are always say, what is the difference between devotion? So devotion is called bhakti. This is called gnana. What is the difference between gnana and bhakti? Or devotion and knowledge? Who will tell?
So at the beginning, bhakti starts with Ishvara as the other, and I am different from Ishvara. I am the finite. Ishvara is the infinite. But as the devotion matures, then we come closer and closer in the sense that you lose that separateness with Ishvara
Knowledge.
and you become non-separate from Ishvara. My essence and Ishvara's essence is one and the same, but my upadhi is what separates me from Ishvara.
So we can say
But
culmination of devotion, That what you say. This is the culmination of all devotion is jnana. So there is not two separate things. Nowadays, people say this is Gnan Marga, this is Bhakti Marga. No, this is not.
Mm.
Yeah. So, Bhakti means love towards Ishvara. When it increase and increase, it gives this knowledge. What you say, this at Upadhi level is a difference, but there is a no difference at nature, Swarupa wise. This is called Gnana. So I can say Bhakti start, but more and more we try to find out what we are. This is a like a PhD. A person is doing PhD in, suppose we have done physics, suppose. So you love physics, we say from childhood. So this love becomes more and more. Then we have done BSc with physics or MSc or engineering in physics, and then we did. So why we are become PhD in physics or any subject? Because we love that subject. Same way we love Ishvara, and because that we love Ishvara, it gives the knowledge. Always love gives the knowledge. Real love gives the knowledge, not fake. So there is no difference between bhakti and gnana. Both are one and same. So in Tulsi Krutarama it is given Gna nahi bhakti nahi kuch bheda. There is no difference between knowledge. Even true devotion will show what is our real nature. Even we need not to find out, Bhagavan will show us. So this is all culmination is knowledge only.
Yes, for the devotee, that separation is
Good.
not tolerable, right? It's unbearable.
Yeah.
That Ishvara is the other
Mm.
is a very difficult thing for a devotee.
Mm.
Because if Ishvara is truly the other, you could never merge with Ishvara.
Yeah. Mm.
But
Ishvara
Mataji,
has to be you. Otherwise, how can I merge in Ishvara? There is,
Mm.
right, Swaminiji, like if I say that Ishvara is in some separate place,
Living.
Kailasha or Vaikuntha, then I can never hope to
Ah,
be one with Shiva. There is always separation.
yeah. Something came in his goose. So epitome of devotion, we can say, is a Jnana. Epitome. So this is not inferior. People say it is inferior and this is, superior. No. Gnana. In Bhagavan says in 6th, 7th chapter, no, Chaturvidaha Bhaktaha Mam Bhajan. Then he says Bhaktaha only.
Mm.
He never used sadhaka or something. And the meaning of bhakta is devotee only. And we call devotee when devotion is there. Otherwise, we can't say bhakta. So, bhakta means one who is always attached with Ishvara. It's called bhakta. So, only bhakta have gnanam. Gnani to atmane. So, bhakta, only bhakta can become gnani. One who is only person, one who doesn't have any respect or love for Ishvara, they never become knowledge.
Mm.
but Mataji, then which are the forces which takes away from that? Because they are also acting in the world.
Which type of force?
Because see, our true aim, when we understand that this is our true aim, but then again there are the forces which always takes us away, and then again we like come back, and then again it drag us back.
Same question Arjuna is asked.
Yep.
Third,
In the third chapter.
chapter.
Yeah.
Yeah. You see, I know everything, but something is impelling me to do wrong thing.
Atakena prayuktoyam papam chariti purusha.
Anichannapi vashneya, baladiv
Anichinnapi vashnai.
niyojita. Same question. So this is
That's right. This is the most important question.
Kama Esha Krodha Esha. Bhagwan has given the answer also. Third.
37
Yeah.
loka.
Rajoguna Samudbhava. Yeah.
Kama Esha ko. Here also. अथ केन प्रयुक्तोऽयं पापं चरति पुरुषः अनिच्छन्नपि वाष्णेय बलादेव नियोजित. Everything we know, it our understand everything, but still somebody is, forcefully
Yeah.
impelling us. Anichanapi, even without our wish, but there is Vashne Baladeva, forcefully. Somebody totally impelled us. Who is that? So that's why Bhagavan says, Kamaha Eshaha, Krodha Esha. Same Asura, Devasura Sambhav. This Deva, Kama Krodha Lobha Tasmad Etatrayam Taje. That we have seen in the same thing. Same our poor Arjuna, Duryodhana also. He says, Janami Dharmam. It doesn't, he is not dumb. He's a scholar person. Janami Dharmam Nachame Pravrutti. Still, I cannot move towards it. Janami Papam Nachame Nivrutti. Adharmam also we can see. Janami Papam Nachame Nivrutti. Even I know what is
I
Adharma.
cannot leave it. Yes.
I
Cannot
cannot
leave it.
reverse from it. Kenapi devan hridisthitena. There is something is sitting in my heart. Some deva. He is just given deva.
Asura. It's actually Asura.
Asurena. But he says devena. Hridisthitena, who is sitting inside me. Niyuktaha asmi. He just give them, ask me to do. Tatha karomi. I am not doing. Somebody sitting inside me.
Mm. Mm.
Sitting inside the Bhagavan is
True.
Kamaha Esha Krodha Esha. I always say only this Kamaha only, not even Krodha. Kamaha means our desire, but binding desire. Even we don't know how much desire we are keeping in our mind. We don't know.
So isn't it?
And when it is fulfilled, then we don't let it go. It should be always with us. It gives lobha. But if our desire is not kamat krodha abhijayate, so this is another part. There are two phases of kama, desire. If fulfilled, it gives lobha, greed. If unfulfilled, it gives anger. Who is the name of the parents of kama krodha? This kama mahadev. Kama. So karma is not bad, but binding, keeping which desire hurt us. By keeping which desire we hurt other also. I need this, and we transgress dharma sometime. That is wrong. Otherwise, I always used to. Bhagavan is some kama, no? Arjuna should listen. Whatever I am teaching, Bhagavan must have, Lord Krishna must have some desire, no? What I am teaching, Arjuna should listen. This is karma. But this is not binding. Same, even Shankaracharya has written Bhashyam, they have desire, let me write the Bhashyam, which is useful, generation to generation. This is also wish, desire, but it is not, it is unbinding, which is helpful to others. All desires, so we should some discrimination. Which desire is good by keeping, which is helpful to me, helpful to others, and which desire which is not good for me and which is not helpful for others. Then we can keep any desire. If we would like to earn lots of money, no problem. We have desire. Only I will earn all the money keeping dharma in my mind. Fine, no problem. So only this, but our this Dehatma Buddhi is so strong, so everything is surpassed. This is only Kamaha is because of only too much Kama because of Dehatma Buddhi. What you call is a waking waking
Waking consciousness. Yeah.
They have no is like Duryodhana in us.
So Dehatma Buddhi, because of Dehatma Buddhi, we start, let me earn, that is useful. So there are many people, when people goes there, right there crores and crores rupees are coming. This is called lobha, Even 7th generation, they don't know, they don't do anything, but still they can live a very good life. That much money these people have. But still scandals are going, scams are going on. Why? This is called karma. Lobha. Let me have more and more power. Let me have more and more money. And for this, we surpass. And then they have their own, these grandchildren. Then grandchildren, Dvesha, it is are called grandchildren, Asuya, it's grandchildren. Many stages.
So that Swamiji, like what Duryodhana said, this Deva is sitting inside my heart, or the Asura is sitting inside my heart, and he is the one who is running the show. I am not running the show.
Yeah.
So in other words, you have people who are given to desires or anger excessively. They have no free will whatsoever. Their will is completely under the control of the desires and fear.
Yeah.
So there is no freedom. There is no free will.
No free will for such people. They are driven away by their kama, krodha. They cannot. Puja Swamiji used to say, when our free will is completely free, in which action? So do you have answer? When we can use our free will freely, in which type of action?
So Puja Swamiji says that for prayer, right? For
Yeah.
prayer.
In prayer only we can use our free will freely. It's no hindrance. We can pray anything. We can even, sometimes we have anger, we can tell anything to Ishvara. We can throw our anger to Ishvara, no problem. He handle everything. Bhagavan knows. Say everything freely. Whatever we would like to say, whatever we can use. Sometimes we are angry, we cannot show the anger. Sometimes we are very unhappy, we cannot show our unhappiness. Then everything is suppressed. But when with this all anger, this all our this depression, whatever we can tell freely, this is where we are using prayer. We can tell everything freely. That's why Ishvara is necessary, where we can use our free will freely. Otherwise, it is little bit. It's
So
not.
surrender is the main path now. When we surrender totally, I think that
Ishvara, yeah.
understanding will start coming clear.
Yeah. There is a very good book of Puja Swamiji. You cannot bypass Ishvara. We can say, I would like to become a Brahman. You cannot become a Brahman without understanding Ishvara. Because right now also we are Brahman only. But there is a problem. We have lots of problem. And this problem, Brahman never remove. This problem will, Ishvara is helpful to remove our problem. Because Brahman said, I have no problem. Ekam eva advitiyam. Problems are Dvaitam only. And we live in Dvaita. We do, even in our mind also duality only. This whole thought process, all are duality. Ishvara can handle our duality. Brahmana has no problem.
Because we're instinctively designed, this genetic organism is designed to preserve itself. and it will do anything to preserve itself, including saving up thousands and thousands of crores.
Ah, crores
Like
and
you said, Swaminiji, it's like not only your preservation, but you also want to preserve your great 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 grandchildren too.
even there's some.
That
Yes.
Gaunatma you are
For
talking
Gaunatma.
about.
Everything for Gaunatma. So if we have no time actually, but sometimes we are totally free, and if we reflect in our own life, so why, how much I'm giving, more and more importance to whom, then we understand. It doesn't
Mhm.
mean we should away from our children. But still, we should be what we call is a totally remain is a witness like this. Still, we
Mm,
love them like we are
mm,
playing a role of father, mother, or anything. But sometimes people after growing up, no, they never, sometimes they never listen us. That it give very hurt to us. This is our homework. It's hurting me. That's why we are feeling very sad. But if
mm.
this is total different entity. I am only nimitta to born this jiva in this earth, but I am not totally control this because we would like to sometimes control to our children because it's our myself only, Gaunatma, me only. Then it creates a problem. More and more freedom, more and more we are contented inside.
That is very true. When we implement daily, and at one stage, we will understand that we are not attached to anyone, but we are just playing the role.
Yeah. But very difficult, but still we have to go.
Yeah, very, very, very
In
difficult.
beginning,
It's
it is very difficult, but when we practice, then we can achieve it.
Yeah.
when the test comes when you are put in a trying situation. There are some major issues with your children or parents. That's when you know whether you are attached or not.
Yeah.
To what extent are you tormented by those feelings? Are you able to let go of them? Or no, you keep on mulling over why he said that, why she said that. Then that is the real test of how much attachment you have.
No, nowadays all the boys are getting nice job. So એમની વિચારધારા તો આપણાથી અલગ જ હોય છે મોટા ભાગે. એટલે મને તો એવું લાગે છે કે આપણે એટેચમેન્ટ રાખીએ કે ન રાખીએ એમને કઈ બહુ ફેર પડતો નથી એ લોકોને, અને એ લોકો તો એનું જીવન પોતાની રીતે જીવે જ છે.
Whatever changes, what you say is correct. But we feel sometimes pain. They are living their own life after they
Yeah.
no problem. But sometimes we feel, unhappy how much we have passed many years to grow up these children. Now they are not looking at us. This is also that pain, no? Pinching.
Yeah, yeah.
It's Gaunatma pinching.
No, we should do effort as our ability,
Yeah.
but we don't do over ability.
Yeah.
That is the problem with us. And they even they do not need for us. They
Yeah.
have nice job. They have his own income, and so they will not. એ લોકો એવી રીતે નહીં રહે કે જેમ આપણે ઈચ્છીએ છીએ.
Yeah.
એ
Yeah.
તો એનું પોતાનું જીવન જીવવાના જ છે. એટલે એના કરતા તો ઈ જ છે કે આપણે આશ્રમમાં રહેવું ને આશ્રમમાં સેવા કરવી, ઈ જ હારા મારો ઉપાય છે આપણા માટે.
What he says, Ramiji, what he says, Deepak Bhai, he says, when all children are grown up, they have their nice salary, they have their own job, they are totally settled in their life. And then we should not expect anything from themselves. If they should care of us or not. It is better to live in ashram. We can take care of ashram because he is taking care of one ashram that town where he is living. It is good thing to do. We should not attach with our children. Otherwise, this is good. Otherwise, it gave pinching, no? There are many people I have seen in my life also. At the age of 80, 85, 90, still they are attached.
Yes, it keeps extending, Swaminiji, like
Extending.
your children, and then you get attached to your grandchildren.
Yeah.
You get even more attached to grandchildren than to your children. So this is the danger. Like it never ends. The grandchildren are even stronger
Yeah.
than the children. So now it keeps going. It is like that Ashwatha tree or whatever. You can never cut it down. It's
Yeah. Only Asanga Shastrena Dradena Chitva.
the Dena Chitta.
Only, pure understanding.
Deep rooted, yeah. It is very
I think
deep rooted.
Swaminiji, right? I mean, the one thing that I always think about is like also what Mukesh Bhai's question about. We know a lot of things, and our teachers have taught us many things, but yet when it comes to the implementation in life situations, we find ourselves lacking. Why is that? Because there are two reasons, maybe. One is, like you said, the attachment is very strong and we are unable to cut it down. And the second reason might be that we don't even realize how strong our attachment is. We have this forgetfulness. We are the pramada. There is pramada in terms of.
Let's say we are not sincere. You are correct, Raviji. We are not that sincere towards our goal. See, because once we wanted to become, in our study, we have a single-minded goal. Here also, if we have a single-minded goal, I mean, full sincerity, I think, yes, there will be a change in our devotions and our meditations and others, yes.
This is what like Ramakrishna Paramahamsa always says. If you want freedom, you can get it here and now. But most people don't want it. That's why they don't get it.
Yeah.
Exactly. That is true, yeah.
Many times I have told that story. One person came to Ramakrishna Paramahamsa. He says, I would like to have a darshan of Paramatma. He says, I have very burning desire to see Ishvara. When I will get it? The darshan of Kali or anything, any goddess. The Ramakrishna Paramahamsa says, come with me. Then he took this person up to the Ganga. He put his head inside the Ganga and he would try to come out. He says, please leave me. I would like to come out. Still he did. Then after 2 minutes, he just released it, Ramakrishna, and he comes out and he says, what was your last thinking? He says, anyway, I would like to come, otherwise I will die. See, if you have same thinking with God, if I don't have darshana of this Lord, I will die. He says, no. Then how can you can say the Ishvara? They are not sincere. This is the example. If we are totally sincere, Ishvara is immediately lacking is not Ishvara's part, lacking in our part. Okay. So there are many others sitting. No question, Anji. Even next to Renuben, somebody sitting, Prerak Bhai? No. No question to him also. No. So from
all things clear, all things clear.
Yeah, we cannot able to see your face.
Just a minute. Now I'm here. Hariom.
His name is Prerak Bhai. Prerak Ji. Prerak. His name is Prerak. From, I think from young age, he is connected with Swami Vivekananda ji.
1980.
From 98.
1980.
He's connected. So he's a good knowledge of Gita. So he studied everything.
My pranam to Swaminiji and copy to all.
Our pranam to you, sir.
So okay, shall we do Purna Bhadra? It is already 7:33. Om
Purnamada Purnamidam Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari
Om.
Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om.
Harihi Om.